but it also speaks to my purpose, right? So when you say, who are you? For me, the way I interpret it or the way I hear it is that you are asking me, what are you about? What defines you? Why are you living?
If you couldn't say, I understand it's not who you are, but it's so difficult to not mention it. If you couldn't mention school, you couldn't mention what you do for a living, and someone was asking you like the essence of who are you, it's very, very difficult to say.
It would be nice to give her help along questions to get more out of her, because I felt that she had a lot to say, but it was when someone is saying something, you're almost there, you want to almost help them, probe them through. And for me, saying who I am out loud is very different, because I only say it in my head. Yeah. So hearing myself speak about me, there were things about myself I was like, oh, I don't know, I thought that of myself when I was saying it. When I was saying, I'm like, oh, I didn't realize this is what I thought of myself. So there's a lot of, now I need to almost take it in and be like, okay, there are things I don't want to associate myself with, that I said that no, I don't want to be that person.
The other point is that sometimes we don't have to look at it as an inhibitor, but it's just stepping stone. It's input. It's input stuff that goes into it gives you it contributes to a repertoire of options that you can choose from the menu what you're going to eat and not eat, isn't it?
Someone was talking about, I think, being empowered with everything that you have. Yeah. So I think that's exactly what it says. It basically says that any problem or issue that you have in your life, you are the solution to it. It's not going to come, the divine intervention is actually divine within you. But I think, we all forget that.
Structures of interpretation is basically, you have your foundational structures of interpretation, like an imprint, an essence of who you are. There's a foundational structure of interpretation that actually even informs your narrative in the world. And it doesn't matter whether you're at work, it doesn't matter whether you're at friends, it just informs the story that you live by, because there's a foundational imprint of the structure of interpretation. So I is the I domain in terms of that foundational. So I'm talking about foundational structure of interpretation, or your fundamental way of being in the world. So the I domain has got to do with the fact that you've got DNA that's unique to you, and how you were birthed is unique to you. Even inception was unique to you. How you were birthed, your birthing process is unique to you. So in the I domain, there are things that are just you.
I've noticed from even the things that we're saying, and in general from the times that we introduce ourselves and doing this exercise, is that we are very much able to describe our bad qualities about ourselves. Yeah. So I said it to her as well, that when she was saying all her bad things, she spoke about them confidently. Yeah. But when she was saying all her good qualities, she hesitated and sort of didn't want to say that this is who I am, And I think it's something that it's a trend that I've seen, that when you try and interpret who we are, we don't look for the good things in us, or the bad things that we find in ourselves cancel out the good ones. So we'll say I'm smart, but I'm lazy, so that we can, remove that part of us as well.
because life is about relationships. That's the we that Notemba was talking about here. And we spent a lot of time. The issue of fear came up a lot because people were saying part of why I'm struggling to network and develop relationships is because I've got this fear that I've got nothing to add, I've got nothing to say. So the conversations for women are actually are the same issues, but in different contexts. So what I'm looking to do is to run those parallel processes, but dealing with the same issues.